Hi Cancer, so just doing a quick reading for the week ahead. So we're going to have a look at just some overall energy, see what's going on, and then we will grab some 7 cards out for the next 7 days. Wow, there it flies. Okay, so we've got, let's have a look, 1, 2, let's have another 2 please. Nice, lovely, Knight of Cups, I'll have that one, that's always good. One more. Thank you. Okay, didn't want that one. Okay, so first off, we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So it could be that for some of you, you are feeling a little bit icy, a little bit cut off, a little bit taking your own time out to process things before you respond. For some of you, you've definitely got some movement going on, making some... I always want to say rites of passage, but it's not quite what I mean in this instance. With this one, you see they've loaded the boat up. Like, the lady is sat there with her cup full of love, the guy's pushing behind, so they are on progress to starting a new venture together. So it could be for some of you that you are moving in with a partner, maybe you have just decided to go exclusive or something like that. You've also got the Knight of Cups, which is lovely. It's all about making promises, action towards loving situations, not necessarily towards other people, could be towards loving yourself, taking some time out. Back to the Queen of Swords, to make sure that your love cup is full so that you can actually go out and process that. Although for some of you, what's got the Three of Swords? Heartbreak. So for some of you, you might be feeling a little bit torn at the moment, a little bit stabbed in the back, a little bit that, people have disappointed you. With this also, because the swords are in a shield, I feel like for some of you, you've been trying to protect yourself against this. And it's happened anyway. And maybe that's where the Knight of Cups plays in. You've been the one to put your heart out there, to put out what it is you want, and someone's come back and disappointed you. Someone's come back and thrown the swords and shown you that what you think they want and what you're prepared to offer isn't what they actually want, and maybe there's some rejection in there. But could also be, as I say, for some of you, that you're taking the time out and you're moving on for yourself. And this actually, doesn't have to necessarily be moving on with a partner. It could be that you are, this is your guide who is encouraging you to take your love away to avoid this heartbreak. However, as an overall, we've got the Six of Cups, which is a lovely card. So it's reconnecting, maybe with yourself, maybe with someone else, an ex, someone from your past. But it could also be, I always feel with this, because it's, she's coming out of the water. If you go underwater, there's a definite... It's a weird sound, isn't it? I always love it. I always think it's really peaceful underwater because you don't get the din of, particularly if you're in an indoor swimming pool, it's so noisy in the pool. And once your head is under that water, it's all calm and peaceful and lovely. And this is maybe your peaceful self coming to remind you that you're still there and you still have inner peace and you still matter. So let's grab some cards out for the week ahead. So I'm going to grab 7 cards. I'll say hopefully we'll get jumpers. If we don't, then we will split the deck and take 7 out of the middle. But so far hasn't let us down, so let's have a little look. So we've got 1, okay, perfect. So we're going to do this as a 7-day spread. So obviously if you're watching this today on the Sunday, it will be Monday through till next Sunday. If you're not, if you end up watching it another day, just take it for the 7 days ahead. I'll say this won't resonate for everybody. If it doesn't resonate for you and you would like a private reading, then give me a shout. We can arrange that for you as well. I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more. So if you do want a private reading, give me a shout and we can sort that out. Just drop me a little direct message. And 1 more card, please. Okay. So, coming into the week ahead. So for day 1, you've got the 6 of Pentacles. So it could be that you feel a little bit drawn into your own world. So for some of you, it will feel that you have all of this balance around, and there is all... for some decks, the 6 of Pentacles is very much about sharing the love, sharing the wealth. This one isn't for me. This one is more about being focused on what it is that you have in your world. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because for sometimes it can feel a bit like you have a focus where you are limiting your vision and you're not seeing the bigger picture. But with this, it's also a case of focusing on what it is you've got in your own world. And I think that's a really, really nice starter for the week. Coming into the second day, you've got the King of Wands in reverse, which came up for, I think it was either Aries or Taurus. Taurus it was. So it could be that you are dealing with a fire sign who isn't playing along, who is turning their back on you, who is not really working for the greater good for you. Or it could be that you are taking a backseat on some plans of action that you've been putting in place recently. Coming into day 3, you've got the Page of Swords. So there could be some communication you're sending out to someone, which could be this King of Wands really, saying, you know what, you've not been behaving very well, you've not been focused on me, and I am out of here. I'm taking the power back. I am, you're sending that message out to say, you know what, deal with those stormy weathers yourself, King of Wands. Because I'm not fighting your battles for you anymore. Coming into day 4 though, one of my favourite cards, got the Death in reverse. So what I love with this one is you can see that chick is having the best time because she stepped through the death, she's gone through that transformation, and she is absolutely living her best life. She is having the wonderfulest time. I'm not sure if wonderfulest is a real word, but I like it. She's having a lovely time. She's completely free. She's completely free of this King of Wands, of this argumentative situation. So that's really good. Coming into day 5, I think it was this way actually. We got the Fool. The New Beginnings, whichever way it landed. I think it was that way, but it seemed to have flipped. Whichever way it's landed, that's great. So for some of you, you're setting off on a new journey completely unburdened because you've had this come through. So you've gone through that transformation and you're setting off on a new venture completely unburdened. Or for some of you, you're setting off on a new venture and you can see what it is you're after because you've got that shooting star. So something is, for some of you, will be spurring you on to start this new venture. Either way, win-win. Leading into the Queen of Cups for day 6. So your cup of love is completely and utterly full in that card. Completely and utterly. And you've got so much love to give. You've got so much going for you. You're sitting there, very comfortable on your throne, full of love. And, if your cup isn't full, you can't possibly hope to fill anybody else's. And then going into day 7, got the Page of Pentacles, which I really like. So, the Page of Pentacles for me is very focused. He's very focused on his coin, on his work, on the finances. But there's also a few people say, I think a lot of people talk about this as being like a spying card, which it could be. But for me, the other thing that always dawns on me is this horn that's on the floor. So that horn is down. So that's where again I think it comes more back into the self-love situation, because actually, you've gone through having to deal with this King of Wands who is not playing. You've sent out the messages, you've had that transformation and the freedom, and you are sitting pretty with your cups, and your horn is down. You're not fighting that, you're not chasing anyone else, you're not sounding out, calling out for someone else to love you, because actually, you've got it all yourself. I think that's a really, really lovely, lovely reading. As I say, if that resonates, fantastic. If it doesn't and you want a private reading, then drop me a message and we'll take it from there. Anyway, have a lovely week. All the best. See ya.